Please go ahead.
If you have bleeding, then your wudu breaks.
Bleeding. Not necessarily. No, bleeding does not make you lose your wudu, although there is an issue of opinion between scholars. Some say yes, but bleeding in general does not break your wudu. Okay, unless it is coming out from the private part. Unless it's coming out from the private part. Arsalan, you have an answer?
I have an answer that what nullifies wudu.
Go ahead.
What nullifies wudu? One, if you're doing, if example, if you leak gas, then your wudu breaks. Or if
Right.
you're in the washroom.
Right. So if you release, like mentioned by Abdullah Baul, if you release gas, you lose your wudu. Good. Yeah, Osama or Ahmed. Ahmed is with a wound today, mashallah. What happened to your head, yeah, Ahmed?
Cat.
I hope a cat. It's not Osama. Wow, then you should keep that cat outside the house, I guess. Go ahead.
Eating camel meat.
Eating camel meat. Of course, this is an issue of dispute between scholars. The majority said camel meat does not nullify the one's wudu, but we have proofs from the Sunnah that the Prophet said, peace be upon him, whomever eats camel meat, then he should make up for his wudu. So we have a proof for Sunnah for that. Sounds this is a stronger opinion in this case, okay? Although there are other opinions that say, like the majority of the Jumhur of the ulama, they say the wudu is not invalidated. طيب, Muhammad Menor, go ahead, please, son.
Losing one's sense due to fainting or madness.
Good. If someone like sleeps or lose conscious, right, and he's not aware of what's going around him, like deep sleep or so, here one loses his ablution. And I saw Abdurrahman Arif. Abdurrahman Arif, go ahead, son.
Touching your private part.
Touching your private part, good. Again, this is another disputable issue. So if you touch your private part without a barrier, some said that you lose your ablution. But again, this is to be on the safe side. If someone touches, just to be on the safe side, you may repeat your ablution. Although majority of scholars, they say it does not, break your one's wudu, but it is recommended that you make up for your wudu. Good. طيب, anything left? I guess this is it. طيب, again, if someone did not commit any of these invalidators, he had wudu, he did not commit any of these invalidators, can he pray with that wudu, with that ablution, more than one prayer? Yes, ya Osama.
Yes, you can pray.
Good. Yes, he can pray. As long as his wudu is still there, he did not commit any of the invalidators, he can pray more than one prayer with that ablution. Excellent. طيب, let's move to the ghusl, shower. Who can perform for me how to make a full shower? Of course, no need to bring water with you guys. Just show me in action how to do it. You don't have to get wet, inshallah. Who can give me the steps of taking shower? Or at least give me some steps and then I'll have someone else continue saying the remaining steps. Or at least one step, but try to make it in order, inshallah. Abdurrahman Arif, please go ahead.
Intention.
Good. You must have intention before you take a shower, especially if this is a major state of impurity, a shower for a major state of impurity that you are required to remove the major state of impurity. You must attend in your heart that this ghusl is for salah, for removing this major state impurity. I want to pray with it. Okay. Even if it is a ghusl, a shower for just cleansing yourself. You played a game, football or basketball, and you came after game, you want to take a shower and then pray. Again, you must have an intention. For such type of ghusl, you must have ghusl and wudu, right? And ablution, both. But we start with intention, good. Secondly, Abdurrahman Paolo.
Secondly, basmala, or say the Bismillah.
Yes, say Bismillah. Say Bismillah. Now, what if someone forgot to say Bismillah? Is his ghusl fine or no? What do you guys think? If someone forgot to say Bismillah? Paolo, Abdurrahman?
I think it's not fine since you say Bismillah in almost everything you do. Then it should be the same with that.
Right. Here, if you for instance, if you say Bismillah in eating, if you forget saying Bismillah, then you have to vomit all the food you had and start all over again.
No, there's a way if
No.
you're eating.
Okay. In the case of wudu, then if you forget saying Bismillah, do you have to repeat the wudu?
I don't think so.
You're correct. You don't have to repeat the wudu, right? If you forget, it's fine. You're exempted from that. You don't have to repeat wudu. So if you have the intention, forgot to say Bismillah, your ghusl is still valid. Your shower is still valid, inshallah. But next, or the third step. Osama, is Osama have an answer? Go ahead.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Good. You have to wash your hands. Excellent. Next step. Arsalan.
You have to clean our armpits.
Clean the armpits, actually the private parts, right?
Yes.
The private parts. So after washing the hand, we cleanse the private part. Good. Ahsanti ya Arsalan. What's next, guys? Of course, when we wash the private part, with which hand do we wash it? Right or left?
Left.
Ahmed?
Left.
Yes, with the left hand. With the left hand. You wash it with the left hand. What about the next step? After having the intention, saying Bismillah, washing the private part with the left hand, next step is Musa, please.
I think it's washing your feet.
No, there is something before that. Something.
Washing your hands again.
No. Ahmed, please.
Start making a complete wudu.
Yeah, making a full ablution, making a full wudu. Okay. After doing all previous steps, you make a full wudu, a full ablution. This is before taking the shower. Excellent. Next step. Next step, guys. Abdurrahman, Arif, please.
Wash the hair.
Okay. You just pour water on your head, right? You wash the head, including the hair. Okay. What about in the case of a woman, if she had braids, does she have to unbraid them?
I think no.
No, no need to, right? No need to. Okay, she doesn't have to unbraid her braids in this case. But you need to let the water get into reach the scalp, right? So make sure the water reaches the scalp in this case. طيب, excellent. طيب, what about final step after washing the head? Arsalan?
Washing the feet.
Before that, I mean, you just washed your head, right? Only your head. What is remaining that after washing the head?
To wash our body, the full body.
Yes, the full body. Then you you wash the entire body. You wash the entire body, starting with which side from the sunnah? Start with which side?
The right side.
The right side. Good. You start with the right side. This is the sunnah. If you start with the left side, is your wudu valid?
Yes.
Yes, still valid. Still valid. But the sunnah is to start from the right side. And finally, like Arsalan said, you wash your, say them again, Arsalan.
Yes.
Wash your what? Finally, like you said earlier. Arsalan, are you with me?
Yes.
Yes. What do you wash finally? Like I've mentioned earlier.
Our feet.
Feet, Ahsan. You wash the feet. Finally, you wash the feet. By this, you have completed a full ghusl in this case. But excellent. Let us move to tayammum. Tayammum. So what exactly we mean by tayammum, guys? Tayammum. What is meant by tayammum? Musa.
I think it's like when you take dust from a table and do with it. If you're like hurt.
Ahsan. If you don't have water, then you may use dust to make ablution with instead of water, right? طيب. Good. When do we resort to tayammum? When do we resort to tayammum? Is it all the time we can just hit dust and make wudu with it? Or there are only few cases where we are allowed to make tayammum in? Otherwise, we cannot make tayammum. Hamza, please.
There are some cases in which we can make tayammum if we find no water and there's no water you find everywhere and still you don't get water, so you can make tayammum.
Ahsant ya Hamza. If you are in a place you could not find water at all, okay, then you may resort to tayammum. For instance, you are in your apartment and there is no water at all. You need to check on your neighbors, right? House, if they can give you some water to make wudu with. Or if there is like a grocery store close to your house, you go even buy water to make tayammum with. I'm sorry, to make wudu with, right? But if there is no water around you at all, or you are, for instance, traveling, or you are in a picnic and you don't have any water at all, and salah time came, here you can make tayammum with dust or with earth, inshallah, instead. So this is one case. More cases, guys. Who else? Who has a question? Go ahead with your question.
If we had only little water and there are many people who want to do so, what do we do? But we have little water.
Okay. So here, we'll hold your question until we finish the points, Hamza, because it is almost relevant to one of the answers here. Okay. So, guys, what are more cases? What are more cases in which we can resort to tayammum? Usama, please.
Ustad, you can also make tayammum if water is scarce and you need it for drinking.
Good. So if you have so little water, for instance, you're traveling and you have so little water that you need for drinking, right? If you don't keep that water for drinking and use it for wudu, you may endanger your life because you have a long trip and you need to keep water for drinking. So in this case, you may resort to tayammum, although there is little water with you that you can make wudu, but you need it to keep you alive if you are traveling or so, for instance. So in this case, you may resort to tayammum. Bilal, go ahead.
You can also make tayammum if you have like skin problems and you cannot use water.
Good. If someone cannot touch water at all, or someone was sick, for instance, right? Someone was sick and touching water will make him more sick. Okay. he has fever or something of that sort, and he cannot touch water, for instance. So in this case, he can resort to tayammum instead. He can resort to tayammum. So those are the cases in which someone may resort to tayammum. Like in the case of sickness, if someone touches water, we look, is this touching of water will make him more sick or will delay his recovery, for instance? We tell him you can use dust or earth to make tayammum with, and do not touch water to save yourself from being harmed in this case. So Hamza, back to your question, if there is little water, but you don't need this water, for instance, for drinking, okay? You're not afraid of having later on water for drinking. And there are more than one person who may need to make wudu in this case. So if you can have one or two people share that water and make wudu with it completely, it's fine. But if it's not going to suffice all of them, and it will suffice only one person, so one person makes wudu completely with that water, the remaining, they may resort to tayammum if there is no water at all. Okay, Hamza?
But if we are in a place where there is no dust,
you fear Allah as much as you can. You can touch the ground, okay? Touch the ground. If you are, for instance, this question that Hamza raised, there might be a case where someone is in a prison, right? He's imprisoned and they kept away water from him. And there is no way to get access to water. And that cell in which he's imprisoned in has no dust at all. Okay. So in this case, he may pray as is. He may pray as is because he has no access to dust and he has no access to water at all. فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُمْ. If there is trace of dust on the ground or so, he may hit floor or the walls with his two palms. If some dust is there, then he can use it for tayammum. Okay. طيب, who can, Musa, go ahead, son.
Yeah, I've heard if you're also hurt, very hurt, and you can't like apply wudu, and if like the water will make it worse. I also heard you could use tayammum for that, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, Musa. Like I said earlier, if someone will get sick or more sick if he touches water, he was sick and touching the water will make him more sick. In this case, we tell him, no, do not touch water, stay away from water. And if you need to pray, you make tayammum instead. You make tayammum instead. Good guys. MashaAllah, doing very well, MashaAllah. But who can show me how to perform tayammum? Ahmad, go ahead.
Start. First, you must put your palms on the dust or the earth.
Okay, Ahmad, hold on a second. Did you miss something before that?
Yeah. First, you must make the intention.
Ahsant.
And say Bismillah.
Ahsant. Intention, say Bismillah, and then?
Then you must put your palms on the dust or on the earth. After that, you must rub them on your face.
Ahsant.
If you want to, you can blow the dust off your hands.
Okay. Before rubbing your face, it's okay if you blow the dust, right?
Yes.
Okay.
After that, you must rub your hands together.
Good. You must rub the hands. Okay, like that. So you rub the right first, then the left. Okay. Some scholars, they mention that to rub your face, you use the upper part of your palm, finger and up, to rub the face, okay? And you leave the palm, the remaining dust in the palm, to rub the hand, okay? From the tip of the finger and down, for instance, and from the tip of the finger and down with the other palm, to make sure that the dust touches the parts of your body. Okay, so it's up to the wrist, right? Up to the wrist. Do you make tayammum up to the elbow? Yes or no, guys?
No.
No, it's only up to the wrist, right? So the face and the wrist. So again, intention that you're going to make tayammum. Say Bismillah, hit the ground. It's okay if you blow. If you don't blow, it's fine. Then you rub face, and then rub on top of the right foot, and then the left foot. By that, you are ready to make ablution. Okay, tell me, guys. Now I made, now I made tayammum. Now I made tayammum. Can I pray with that tayammum more than one prayer? For instance, I made it prior to Dhuhr prayer, okay? And I did not do any invalidator until Asr time. Can I still make Salah for Asr without having to make another tayammum with the first tayammum? What do you guys think? Siraj, please.
Yes, you can. You can pray with the same wudu if you have not an invalidator.
Ahsant, ya Siraj. So you can make wudu. You can make more than one prayer with the same tayammum. Good. طيب, you guys. Let us move to the wiping over the leather socks, okay? Or the fabric socks, for instance, like these days, we wear fabric socks. So this is from the Sunnah to wipe over the fabric socks. If you are going to school or someone is going to work wearing his shoes and socks, he does not need to take off his socks. There is a way out to make a complete wudu while having his socks on. طيب, give me the conditions for allowing us to wipe over the socks, whether it was leather socks or fabric socks. Musa, go ahead, son.
When you're traveling.
When you are traveling and you are wearing socks, you can rub on them. Type traveling, for how long can you rub while you are traveling?
72 hours.
أحسنت يا موسى ما شاء الله. 72 hours. Good. So if you are traveling, you have a period of time which is up to 72 hours, 3 days and night, which you can wipe over the socks. Arsalan?
If we want to do masha, we have to make sure the socks don't have any impurity or any holes on it.
Ya salam, ahsant ya. Is your first name Mushtaba?
Yes, my first name is Mushtaba. Father's name is Ursula.
Salam, okay. Ahsant ya Mushtaba. So Mushtaba, like you said, you must make sure that your socks are not impure. By saying impure, it's not made from impure material or has any filth or impurities on it. What I mean by impurity, not just dust or being smelly. We mean by impurity is that some filth, like defecation or urination, had fell onto it. If this is the case, then we need to take it off. And we make a full wudu by washing our feet in this case. Yes, Sheikh Abdurrahman Baulu.
You can wipe over the socks only if you have complete ablution before wearing it.
Good. This is the number one condition. Most important is that you must wear the socks after making a complete ablution, including washing the feet. So that after that, you put on the socks. Later on, if you lose your wudu, you can rub on that socks to complete your ablution. What else, guys? So Mushtaba mentioned must be pure. Musa mentioned must be for traveling, 72 hours. What about if someone is not traveling, guys? How long does he have? Can he wipe on top of the socks? Siraj, please.
24 hours.
24 hours. If you're not traveling, you are a dweller, you are a residence,
Yes.
living in a place, not traveling, you have 24 hours to rub over your socks. What else, guys? Another condition is explaining the nature of that socks. If so, notice, guys. Yes, Hamza, go ahead. Go ahead, Hamza. Hamza, can you hear us? Look like we lost Hamza. Siraj, go ahead.
After you make wudu and wear the socks, your time of the socks starts when your wudu breaks.
Okay.
Like
So-
if I made wudu at 7 p.m. and I wore those leather socks and my wudu broke at 8 p.m. So the time of my socks will start at 8 p.m. till the next 8 p.m. of the other day.
MashaAllah. Good, yes, Siraj. This is one said opinion. This is one said opinion, okay, by some scholars, that the timing of the wiping over the socks starts from the time from where you lose your ablution. Okay, you commit an invalidator. But a stronger opinion is that the counting starts from the first wipe. The first wipe over the socks. Okay, so once you apply the first wipe, like the example of Siraj, you put on your socks after making a full ablution at 7 o'clock, right? And you lost your wudu at 8. But you now going to make ablution by wiping your socks at 11 o'clock. So the timing starts from what time? From 11 o'clock. Okay, from 11 o'clock. From the first time you wipe over the socks, you put a timing 24 hours if you are a resident and 72 hours if you are traveling. Clear, ya Siraj? What you said is some opinion said by some scholars, but many lately, they follow the other opinion, which is from the first wipe over the socks. Okay.
I read this in a book, but if
Mash-
you are saying that.
Yes, mashallah. Mashallah, Siraj. Good. Abdurrahman Arif, you have something to say and add?
The sleeping break, the wiping over the socks.
Okay. Again, the same invalidators of ablution applies to wiping over the socks. Okay, sleeping and sorry, no, the issue of sleeping invalidators, meaning that you can still wipe over the socks, of course, but it invalidates your ablution, meaning that you need to make another ablution, which includes wiping over the socks. If someone sleeps deeply, does an invalidator of ablution, then he needs to make another wudu, including wiping over the socks if he had maintained the conditions of wiping. Remember, there's one missed condition, guys. Who can remember the missed condition? Who can remember the missed condition? Show me a hand if you remember the missed condition. Hamza, go ahead. Yeah, Hamza.
Yeah. Can I?
Yes, go
The
ahead.
socks must cover the feet, including the ankles.
Yeah, salam alayk, ya Hamza. Excellent, mashallah. The
The
notice,
socks
guys.
must cover.
Yes, good, Hassan. Remember, guys, these days we have types of socks which are below the ankle, right? Which are below the ankle. These types of socks we cannot use for rubbing over them or wiping over them. Why? Because we must cover the ankle. If it does not cover the ankle, you must take it off and wash the feet when you make ablution. So be careful of this, because this is something almost common amongst the youth. They wear socks which are below the ankle. You cannot wipe over these types of socks. You must take them off and wash the feet. But if the type of socks you're wearing is above the ankle, in this case, you may wipe over the socks if you have maintained the conditions of wiping. Okay, again, conditions of wiping, you must wear the socks after a complete ablution. Okay, the socks itself must be pure or made from a pure material. Sometimes you may find socks or leather socks made from dog skin. It's haram to use such socks and wear. We cannot wipe over them because still filthy. It's still impure in this case. Or taken from wild animals like lion, tiger, or so. Such skin of these animals used in socks, we cannot wipe over them. Okay, but if it is used from a pure animal like sheep, goats, cows, camels, and so on, this is fine to wipe over them. So we must make sure that the socks are made from pure material. Also itself has no impurities or filth on it. And the third important condition, it must cover the ankle. Must cover the ankle. طيب.
Tad, can I ask a question?
But I have a question.
Okay, go ahead, Abdurrahman Bawlo first.
What happens if you take off one of the socks?
Yeah, salam.
Like if you have wudu.
Yes. Here, if you make ablution, okay, and you wipe over the socks, okay, if you take them off, many scholars, they say you invalidate your ablution. Okay, many scholars, they say you invalidate your ablution. So to be on the safe side, stick to this opinion that you invalidate your ablution. If you put them back, you cannot wipe on top of them. Okay, if you take a socks after losing ablution, let me give you an example. I made a full ablution, washed my feet, okay, and I put on my socks. Then later on, I had to go to the washroom and lost my ablution, okay. And after that, I took off my socks and put them back again. Can I wipe over them? What do you guys think? Musa is saying no. Who agrees with Musa, guys? Mushtaba agrees with Musa. Do you agree with Musa, Mushtaba? No, you don't agree with Musa. Okay, what's your opinion, Mushtaba?
So what is the question again?
The question again is that, I'll give you the story again. I made full ablution, okay? I wore my socks. Then I lost my wudu. I rubbed on the socks. I rubbed on my socks, okay? To make salah. I prayed. After praying, I took off my socks and then put them back on. Can I make wiping over the socks for the next prayer?
No.
Musa said no.
No.
Okay,
No.
Mustafa is agreeing with Musa. Rahman is saying no. Siraj, what do you
No.
think? Bilal is saying no. You guys are right. Good. You cannot. Why? Remember again, when you put on your socks, it must be after washing the feet, right? After a wudu in which you have washed your feet. Let me give you a slightly different scenario. Now I made a full ablution, including washing the feet, right? Including washing the feet. I put on my socks. Okay. I did not lose my ablution. I still have my ablution. Later on, I decided to change my socks. Okay. So I took off my socks and put on another socks. Notice I put another socks after a complete ablution, right? I did not wipe over the previous socks. So the second time I put on my socks, my wudu is still there, which was a wudu that included washing the feet, right, guys? So now I put another socks on. Can I wipe on this type of socks, Bilal?
Yes, you can.
Bilal is saying yes. Who guys agree with Bilal?
I agree.
Okay. Siraj say no. Siraj, your opinion, come on.
Because sir, you said the time on the socks starts from the first wipe. When you first wipe the socks. So that's why I think that if you change your socks.
No, the time is still there, Siraj. The time is still there. For instance, after 1 hour. Notice I did not wipe yet. I did not wipe yet on the socks, right? So the timing did not start yet. Did you get the point? I put on my first socks, still did not wipe on top of that socks. Then I decided to change the socks. What should stay in your mind, guys, that when I put on my socks, is my wudu still valid? And that wudu is a wudu which included washing the feet. Very important, washing the feet. So if I have washed my feet after making ablution, I can put on my socks and off as much as I can, as long as I did not wipe, or as long as I did not lose my ablution, okay, and had to wipe on top of it. Make sense, guys? So let me say it again.
Yes.
Yeah, let me say it again. I made a full ablution, including washing the feet. Then my wudu is still there. I did not lose it. And I put my socks. My wudu is still there. Because if I lose my wudu and I need to pray, I need to rub on the socks, right? But in my scenario, I did not lose my wudu. I did not make ablution after putting the socks on. If I am in this situation, I need to change my socks, it's no problem. Because I'm still maintaining the original ablution, which included washing the feet. But if you lose your ablution, and then you lost your ablution, okay? Then you decide to change socks. I took off my first socks and then put the second socks. Did I put it on while I am having ablution in this case? What do you guys think? So I made an ablution, okay? And I put socks in. And then I lost my ablution. I lost my ablution. Can I take off my socks and wear another socks? And then later on do wiping on top of them? Did you get the scenario, guys?
No.
No, the scenario or
no, as in it's invalid.
Okay, you cannot put another socks on after losing your wudu, right? Because what's our condition? When we wear a new socks or any socks, it must be after having a full ablution, which includes washing the feet. Am I confusing you guys? Be frank. It's okay if you say yes, you are confusing us.
I'm confused.
You are confused, Ahmed. Okay, I love your being frank. Bilal, what do you think, Bilal?
Little bit confused.
Right, let me just give you the most important principle, okay? That which is a condition in wiping over the socks. You can only wipe over the socks, okay, after making a full ablution, which include washing the feet. We agree upon that, guys, right? Putting the socks after washing our feet with full ablution. Okay. So if someone wipes on top of the socks and then takes it off, wipe meaning what? He lost his wudu, right? He lost his wudu. If you lost your wudu, you take it off, put it back again, you cannot rub on top of it. Okay. So if you make a full ablution, wash your feet, put on socks, you lost your wudu. If you lost your wudu, you cannot take it off and put it back again. Clear so far? Make sense?
But you can still take off, but you cannot take them on again. Those socks.
Yes, you can take it off, but if you're going to make wudu the next time, you need to wash your feet, right? Because you took it off while you have no wudu. Okay, you lost your wudu already. Clear, guys, or still?
Ustad, one more question.
Go ahead, yeah, Rahman.
What if you only remove one of the sock? So, for example, if you're trying to find the correct pair or something like that.
Yeah, same thing applies to it. Whether you take one or two, same idea, same rulings. Okay, same ruling applying. So, guys, makes sense. More important, you put on socks after making full ablution, washing the feet. If you take socks off and on while you had the wudu, which include washing the feet, okay, it's fine to do so. But once you lose your wudu and you rub on top of the socks, you cannot take them off and put them back. Make sense? Good.
Yes,
so
sir.
You can refer back to the notes. Inshallah, it would help you out. But tell me, how exactly do we wipe over the socks? Do we wipe on top of the foot and the sole of the foot from beneath? Or how exactly do we rub over the socks? Who else do we have? We have some, I want new faces, guys. New hands, I want to see new hands, guys, come on. Abdullah and Umar and Muhammad Hawari. Come on, you guys. Let me hear your voices. طيب, Mushtaba, go ahead.
We wipe from the top.
From the top. You start from the top, okay, until where?
Like example, like
imagine this is your foot, okay? And this is the leg here, okay? This is the foot and this is the leg. So how do you wipe?
So then we wipe like this. We have to make sure our hands are with water. Okay, they should not be dry. Okay, and then we wipe.
So, okay, wipe from where to where? Is it enough? Just the tips of the toes? Just wipe the tips of the toes?
So like the foot until like the circle part of your foot.
Okay, the ankle, right? You mean the ankle?
Yeah, like over here, like do it with the ankle, like take it like this. Like example,
Yes.
these ankles, okay, and it's the rest of the foot like this, okay.
Yes,
So
that's enough.
wipe it over here, okay, till the ankles.
Ahsant ya Mushtaba. So you start from the toes up and including the ankle, slightly above the ankle. Okay, from the toes up, slightly above the ankle. You can do that. Okay, just one time. Either you can do it at the same time, simultaneously, right hand with right foot, left hand with left foot, okay, at the same time, or one at a time. Okay, this is all fine. This is all fine. And you don't have to take scoop of water in your hands and make your socks wet. Just make your hand wet with water, okay, let the water go, and then let the water flow, and then you rub on the socks. If someone rubs below the foot, not on top, is his wudu valid? What do you guys think?
No.
Bilal, what do you think? Bilal says no.
Yeah.
Mushtaba says no. Musa says no. Who else? Abdurrahman says no. Rahman Arif. Good. طيب, yes, you guys are right. If someone wipes below, it's not valid. His wudu is not valid because the rubbing is on top of the foot, not from the below part. Okay, like the hadith of Ali mentioned here. طيب.
I have a question, Sheikh.
Go ahead, Mustafa.
My question is, like, if we want to do masa, or like, what type of sock would we have? Should we have thin, thick, or like?
Yes, good question, ya Mustafa. If your socks was very thin, okay, or was it has holes in it, right? Some scholars, they say no, it must be thick, in which you cannot see through the color of the skin. They said if you can see through the color of the skin, this type of socks you cannot wipe on top of them.
Okay.
So many scholars they say this opinion. Okay, and to be on the safe side, if you have such socks which is almost transparent, you can see the color of the foot, better to wash the feet. But if you have socks which are thick, although if they have holes, it's fine. You can wipe on top of them. Okay, you can wipe on top of them.
Okay.
Guys, any one of you guys have a question or something to say?
No.
I have
Who's this?
Musa.
Musa, good, yeah, Musa.
Yeah, I've heard like if you have like bandage on your foot and you can't take off the bandage, you can also do massage, right?
Yes, exactly. Bandage anywhere in your part of your body, whether in your foot, your hand, this side, okay, your head, for instance. These are the parts of wudu, right? So if someone for some reason, may Allah protect you all guys, had a wound and he had to put a bandage on top of it, okay? And then he needs to make wudu. He just makes his hand wet and he rubs all around the bandage, in all directions, okay? He rubs the bandage. No need to make it wet, but make your hand slightly wet and then rub around the bandage itself.
He can also do massage as long as he wants, right? As long as the bandage is like he has the wound.
Santia Musa. Here, in the case of the bandage, you're not bounded by a time frame. So whether you're traveling or residence, as long as you need to have the bandage on, you can rub on top of it, okay? You're not limited to 72 hours or 24 hours. As long as the wound is there and you need to have the bandage on, you can wipe over it in this case. Good questions, ya Musa, mashallah. Bilal, you have something to say?
No.
Good. Siraj? Okay, guys, any of you have any question? Ahmed, Usama, you guys have any question?
Sir,
Siraj, go ahead.
sir, I read in a book that water should not enter the socks we are wearing.
Should not?
Water
Sir?
should not enter the socks you are wearing on which you will just do mas.
You should not enter. I don't get your question, yeah, Siraj.
I was saying that water should not enter the socks on which you will do mas.
What do you mean by, you mean it should be of a type where water cannot go through?
Yes.
Yes, this is some said opinion by some scholars. Right? They said this. But ulama mentioned that if you look to the nature of the socks of the Sahaba, they were poor people, right? Probably they have holes in it. So if this is the case, then water will reach their skin, even if they're up on top of that types of socks, right? So that's why other scholars went into opinion, not necessarily the socks has to be thick in which no water can reach the skin. Not necessarily. This is not a necessary condition. But the issue of transparency, that if the socks is so thin that you can see the color of the skin of the foot, they say here, this type of socks you cannot use for wiping. It must be something that you cannot see the skin or the color of the skin of the foot. Okay?
So it means that I can wear the normal cotton socks or...
Yes, yes. Not necessarily it has to be leather socks. If you wear fabric socks, you can wipe on top of them. No problem. But again, maintain the other conditions. It must be above the ankle. Like I said, it must be above the ankle, not shorter than the ankle, lower than the ankle. Yes, Musa, I have something to say.
Yeah, I heard like Prophet Muhammad has like leather socks, and the Sahaba they used to wear leather socks.
True, true.
Prophet Muhammad and Sahaba.
Yes, that's why we have the hadith of Ali here mentioned in the book, that he saw the Prophet wiping over his socks, okay? And he said, if the deen was based on intellect, the Prophet would have wiped underneath the foot. But he said, I saw the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, يَمْسَحُ عَلَى ظَاهِرِ خُفَّيْهِ. He used to rub over the top of his socks. So yes, Prophet Muhammad used to wear this type of socks, leather socks, and the companions used to wear, it was common during their time to wear leather socks. In fact, their types of socks, it is something that they can walk with without wearing even shoes sometimes, because it's thick. طيب, you guys have any question? Anything to add? Anything to say? Bilal, go ahead, please, son.
If you take a full shower, can't be considered wudu?
Yes, like I said earlier, if you're taking shower to remove a major state of impurity, right? Major state of impurity, which requires ablution, sorry, which requires ghusl.
Yeah.
Major state impurity, it's fine to take a full shower without ablution. It's fine.
Okay.
But regular shower, cleansing shower, you must include ablution. Like I mentioned in an example, if you went and played basketball or football, and then you came back, you need to take a shower in order to pray. Here, you can take a shower, but you must include in this shower ablution in order to be able to pray. Okay, so separate between the two. Major state of impurity, not necessarily. You need to make a shower, an ablution, but you need to make sure that you rinse your mouth with water and your nose and wipe your ears.
Yeah.
Okay. Not a full wudu, but do that. Okay, in the case of major state of impurity. Answer is clear, inshallah, Bilal?
Thank you.
Good, excellent. Welcome, son. Right, guys, if everyone is good, no questions, then we'll call it off here, inshallah ta'ala. Barakallah fikum wa jazakumullahu khairah. And inshallah ta'ala, coming class, we'll go over the next unit, which is pertinent to prayer, my prayer. So we'll get to know the rulings of some of prayer and how to perform prayer and so on, starting from coming class, inshallah ta'ala. So see you then, inshallah ta'ala. And if you have friends around you who want to join us, they are more than welcome to join. MashaAllah, we're having today Musa and Mushtaba with us. May Allah bless you all, guys. Barakallah fikum wa jazakumullahu khairah. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Take care, you all.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
حياكم الله مع السلامة. حياك الله أبو عبد الرحمن.